Now we're going to study our first type of position-dependent forces. And this is of a mass spring system. You have a spring, and this is the equilibrium position of the spring. Now, what will you do to set the spring in motion? You pull it to some distance x, to some point x. We can let this to be x naught. But for convenience, we take x naught to be at 0. Okay? So that means the spring can be compressed and it can be stretched. Now, we don't differentiate, we don't discriminate between compression and stretching. The amount of stretching force to stretch it by a certain distance is the same as the force that you need in order to compress it by a certain distance. So that is our assumption here. So no discrimination, discrimination between stretching and compression. Okay? Meaning that if you displace it by an amount x, stretch it by an amount x, let's say 2 centimeter, then the amount of force that you're going to compress it by 2 centimeter is the same. Okay? So mo na isang atong assumption. Also, we assume here clearly, because we can observe the farther that we pull x, sa may ma-observe nato, the more force that we need. Right? So that means that our is that F is directly proportional to x. And this is a linear, meaning x to the 1. Okay? It could be that F is proportional to x squared, or even square root of x, or even sine x, or cosine x, or whatever function. It could be F is proportional to some function of x. But we omit all those possibilities and just say that F is directly proportional to x, meaning that linearly proportional, a linear relationship. When we say linear, unsa man ang meaning sa linear? Suppose that you displace it from here, we displace it by x. Okay? And then, we displace it by another x. The difference of the forces, okay, okay. Suppose that the spring is already here, no? And then we stretch it by some d. Kanisha, this distance right here. Okay? And we stretching with a distance d, we needed to add a some amount of Fd na force. Okay, this could be 1 centimeter or 2 centimeter, and this is, let's say, 3 newtons. You stretch it by 2 centimeter more. And then, in order to stretch it, you added Fd. Okay? It could be, let's say, that is 2 centimeter, and then you need 3 newtons of force. And there is originally, what if the spring is already here, and from here I want to stretch by the same distance, d, or 2 centimeter? What force will I need? That would still be Fd. That's what it meant by linear relationship. Okay? It should be, kay kung dili ni sa linear, maybe stretching it by d dire, you would need larger force. Okay? Or it could be lesser force. Now, di ba na yung mga ana nga property? Okay? So a linear relationship means that no matter unsa na siya asa ta magsugod, basta as long as the difference is the same, then we will need to exert the same force. Okay? It's an arithmetic sequence. Remember your Okay? It's an arithmetic sequence. Okay? A geometric sequence is the increase is proportional to the ikapila na ka, right? Okay? The farther you are in the sequence, the more is the increase. But for an arithmetic sequence, bisag unsa ka nga term, the same, right? So, nasabtan. So, we want this. This is an assumption. F is directly proportional to x, a linear function of x. That means that when we take the proportionality into equation, that means that f can be taken as f equals kx, where k is the proportionality constant. Now, since this is a force, so the unit of this one is Newton. That means, since x is in meter, that means that k must have the unit of Newton per meter. Okay? It must have a unit of Newton per meter. So what do we mean by this? This is what we call the spring constant. And this is an internal property of the spring. Okay? Internal property of the spring, as long as we treat that spring to be a linear spring. Okay, please listen. Okay, as long as we treat it, the spring is linear. If we have a different k, it could be that, okay, it's possibly that k changes with position also. But here, we don't, that's part actually of this, kani. Meaning that k does not depend on position. No matter unsa sa kakuan, you would need, motong gisul din ako ganiha, kani, the linear change. It's an arithmetic sequence. Okay? So, Newton per meter. Unsay mo pasabot ani? Suppose that k is equal to 100 Newton per meter. That means that you would need 100 Newton to stretch it by 1 meter. How many newtons do you need to stretch it by 2 meters? That would be 200 because it's linear. Okay? How about for 1,000? I mean 10 meters. You would need 100 by 10 times 10. That would be 1,000 meters. Okay? So, how about another? Let's say k is equal to 10 Newton per meter. That means you only need 10 Newton in order to stretch it by 10 meters. That's about 1 kilogram. This is about 10 kilograms. Right? If you hang something dire, asay mas taas o gano? O bira. You hang a mass. Okay? Kani is 100, kani is 10. You hang 1 kilogram of mass or whatever kilogram of mass. Asay mas dako og mabira? That would be kani, right? The second one. Okay, it will stretch more than this one right here. And actually, it's 10 times. Okay? So, the lesser is the k, the more nga, kumbaga pa, the spring is, we can call that as, I think it's called stiffness. Stiffness, no? Yeah, I think it's called the stiffness of the, unsa siya ka, kung anon pag tama ba? Stiffness, yeah. Okay? So, the English of that is stiffness. So, mao na itong kuan. Okay. There are springs which is not of this nature. We can make springs like that. Mechanical springs, ana, pwede. But we want our model to be kani. Okay? So, this model, this mass spring system is called the harmonic oscillator. The word oscillator is meaning oscillation. And we want to show that this will really lead to an oscillatory motion, oscillation. It's a motion that, one way to, synonym of that is periodic. Okay, it goes back and forth. Okay, oscillatory. Or, yeah, unsay kuan niya. So, we are going to show nga oscillatory motion siya. Okay, so we now have our force, right? Okay, by the way, kulang pa. There's still needed to be done here. When we set x naught, which is the equilibrium, is at x equals 0. That means for positive x, we are to the right of the equilibrium position. When x is negative, we are to the left. Okay? Now, notice the direction of force. when we stretch the spring to this point right here, where is we call this the restoring force. The force that is being exerted by the spring. Asa sa padulong? It's going there, right? And when we compress it here, where is the force going? Padulong dito. It's always opposite to this, meaning that the force has an assigned, since this is a vector, and this is a vector, and we know that the direction of the force is always opposite to the direction of the displacement, then we have to put a negative there. Okay? Sabtan. So from here, we are now ready, F equals MA. Or here, F equals, this is negative Kx equals M X double dot. And again, this is just Newton's laws. So the equation of motion, when you put a free body diagram here, the force is going there. And of course, the acceleration, we want to know, we have a system, we have a mass acted by a force equal to minus Kx. What is the acceleration of the mass? So this is just Newton's laws. And as I've told you, it is always our starting point. Okay, once we have already verified this, we go to Newton's laws to solve the system. So let's solve this one. And this creates what we call a differential equation. We have technically, when we write this one, this is m d squared x over dt squared equals minus kx. What's the solution of this one? The solution is we want to find x of t. Now, technically, this is saying, in calculus, this is saying that what is the function that when you differentiate twice, you get the original function. Tama? Times a certain constant. Technically, you can convert this into d squared x over dt squared equals minus omega squared x, where omega is equal to square root of k over m. In order to emphasize the constant. Okay? Meaning that you want a function x as a function of time that when you differentiate twice, you would get what you get, di ba? When you differentiate a function, what happens to the original function? It changes, right? And usually the new function looks totally different, right? Tama? But there are that functions, special functions, in which when you differentiate it twice, you get back the original function, but just multiplying it by negative. There are that functions. For example, the function e to the x, or e to the t na lang, since we are in t. Differentiate it first. Differentiate it once. You get e to the t. That means, if I have a differential equation, df over dt equals f, then f must be, the solution for this is this, right? Tama? Is that the only function that satisfies it? Maybe. Okay? So meaning that this function right here, it means that f is equal to e to the t, or maybe some constant e to the et. Because even if you put any constant here, tama? Bisag kung say constant diri ni butang, tama? You get that one. How about df over dt is equal to some constant, alpha f. You differentiate f once, and you get back f, but now f is multiplied by a constant. Well, the solution to this one is f equals some a constant right here, e to the what? Alpha t. Tama? Because f dot right here is alpha a e to the alpha t. But what is this? That is just, tama? And this is that differential equation. Okay? Now here we have a negative. Now look at the behavior of sine or cosine. Differentiate sine. Sine it becomes cosine. Differentiate cosine again. Negative sign. Now here, we get back sa, unsay na ano nato, nagkaroon og negative, and then the original function has come back. But there's no constant, right? There's no constant. Tama o, tanawa ha? Sin x. If f of x is equal to sine of x, or sin t na lang, kaya since we are in t. So f dot, what is f dot? This is cosine t. What is f double dot? This is minus sine t, or this is minus f. This is almost that equation, tama? Right? This one, f double dot equals minus f, is almost this equation. Okay? So, the thing is, when I constant. So that means if we put a constant here, alpha t, what happens here is that alpha. Now, and then, take the different cosine alpha t, diba? Differentiate it again, that becomes now minus, and then alpha, gawa sa po ng alpha, right? So you have alpha squared f, sine of alpha t, and this is exactly that equation, right? That means that a solution to this equation is that x could be some, okay? Well, sine or cosine can do the same, right? If this is cosine, this will be minus sine. And this becomes minus cosine. So same, right? Tama? So sine, a function, a solution of this is, one of the possible solution is a cosine, because you can put any constant there is a sugod niya, and the constant is kept. Doesn't move. So a cosine, and we know that this is just the same as that, so this is omega t. Okay? But then we have another solution. We can call this the first a solution. Another solution is sine, right? So meaning we can call this b sine omega t. But here, this is the principle in calculus, in differential equations. If x1 is a solution and x2 is a solution, then the superposition of x1 and x2 is a solution, another solution to the system. So when you add, meaning a linear combination, because it forms a vector space. The solution forms a vector space there. Naman mo yung linear algebra, di ba? So the solution to the differential equation forms a vector space. So meaning, ang katong solutions niya can be thought of as the basis vectors nga kuha niya. So meaning that we can actually, the linear combination of this, alpha 1 x1 plus alpha 2 x2 is a solution, right? This is an element of the same vector space. Okay? Did you already discuss something like this? Okay? So at least kabalo na mo sa jargon. Okay? And that's why, okay, I would say now that the solution of this x of t, the general solution would be what? Alpha 1a cosine omega t plus alpha 2b sine omega t. But then I can just use a right here, because a is just any constant, right? And I can just use b here. Okay? So done. So this is my general solution. But then this is, how can I use this one? Meaning that this solution, if you differentiate it twice, you would get this one. Okay? Now, differentiate it twice. X dot. What is x dot? Minus omega a sine omega t plus omega b cosine omega t, right? And then x double dot. This is, so minus omega squared a cosine omega t. And then this becomes minus omega squared b sine omega t. Factor out minus omega squared, and you get times a cosine omega t plus b sine omega t. But what this one is, this is just minus omega squared x, right? Tama? So this means that this one solves this differential equation. Now, yeah, I understand that this does not belong to basic calculus. This belongs to differential calculus. Pero, I mean, this belongs to differential equation. Wala pa mo DE, right? Okay. But then, you don't need differential equation to understand what I'm saying. Tama? Wala man na, di man tamoy pa-solve ani. Okay? I can give you the solution immediately, but then, pag dili niyo masabtan nganong kana, there's this logical gap, di ba? That's why, I'm explaining to you this one, this whole thing. Because you don't need differential equation to understand this jargon. But maybe to solve this, you would need a more advanced calculus. But then, gisolve na ako siya by, kumbaga pa, inspection. This is what we call solving a differential equation by inspection, by experience. Okay? Because most of the differential equation that will pop out is, we are already familiar with them. Okay? If not 100% familiar, but some sort of, not a certain level of familiarity, no? Okay, anyway. So, that means that this one, that our harmonic oscillator, kung sa'y tawag aning x of t, this is not the trajectory of the harmonic oscillator. But this is still the general solution. It's not yet the solution to our problem. Okay? In order to solve this, just like what we did sa katong projectile motion and linear, what did we need in order to solve the equation fully? We needed initial conditions, di ba? We needed, as I've said, boundary conditions. So, in order to do that, we would need to understand our system. What is our initial condition? If this is the equilibrium, to set something in motion, we have to stretch it or even compress it. Dito, depende sa inyong gusto. We stretch it by some amount x. And this is x equals 0 right here. We put the equilibrium at x equals 0. Right? That means that, and then release it. That means from here, that our x of t equals 0 must be equal to this stretching. And we call this A. Okay, this A is not this A yet. Okay? Maybe I would just like to use some different constant right here. Alpha na lang o beta, no? In order to not confuse. But you would see the relationship between alpha and A. This is A. Because this A right here will later be called, this is special, this is not any initial point. This initial point will play a crucial role in the dynamics. Okay? And I would name it A. A now is the initial stretch nga ato siyang gibira. And then what would we do is release it. Now that means that not only that x of t equals 0 equals A, okay? Meaning also that the velocity v, right? At t equals 0, or what is v? This is x dot, tama? Okay? Equals 0 because we just release it. Okay? So meaning, tama, mo na itong initial condition, di ba? Gibira na to siya by a distance A and release it. So what is the initial position? Initial position is A and the initial velocity is 0. Okay? This is what all that we need to solve this one. So we need, this one could model any type of oscillators. But our specific case is only one of the possible combinations of this one, right here. Now, let's substitute initial condition. It says that x of 0, which is equal to A. And what is x of 0? That's alpha cosine of omega times 0, tama? Plus beta times sine of omega times 0. This is sine of 0 is 0. So this whole thing right here is 0. this means, and this is 1, right? Cosine of 0 is 1. This means that alpha is just equal to A. So we now have our 1, okay? We now solve A. Our x of t now is A cosine omega t plus beta sine omega t. We still yet to solve beta. How can we solve beta? Well, we use the second boundary condition or initial condition. We take this is x dot, right? Because that's the velocity. So x dot now is, this is minus omega A sine omega t. And this is plus omega beta cosine omega t. And substitute x dot of 0 is, we can x dot not, no? X dot of 0, right? V of 0. So, x dot of 0 is 0, right? And this is equal to minus omega A sine. And this is 0, tama? Plus omega B times cosine of 0. Now, this is 0. What we have is 0 equals omega B times, this is 1, tama? Now, since omega is not 0, because omega is square root of k over m. And k is not 0. Because if k is 0, then we don't have a system. Right? Therefore, sa isang conclusion nato, beta equals 0. Therefore, the solution, okay? The particular solution now, the ultimate solution that we're looking for is that our x of t equals a cosine omega t. This is now our trajectory. Okay? Now, from this one, we can now predict the system. Notice that the maximum value of cosine is 1. And the minimum value of cosine is negative 1. That means that your x, the domain of x, okay? I mean, the range of x, meaning x now would go between minus a to a. Right? So, if your spring is this, or ano na, akong i-vertical para makita yun ninyo. Okay, if your spring is dire, if this is the equilibrium, sige, dire na lang. This is the equilibrium, and you stretch it by A. Initially, A. Your spring will just go back and forth between here and here. It will go back and forth. Kung imo na siyang ipatindog, it will go back and forth dire, no? Between A and minus A. Now, notice that as I move this one, what do I get? This is now a sinusoidal. This is a cosine wave. Okay? So, this is actually now the x. This is x, and this is the t-axis. This is not the actual, I mean, the motion is one-dimensional. What you would see in the position space is just like this. Going back and forth. Okay? Between A and minus A. Okay? So, nasabtan. Now, let's try to understand this even more. And let's calculate the energy. First is, okay, note that our force is minus kx. Now, I would say that this is a conservative force. We can check that this is a conservative force. But we cannot do it here because it would require, even though that you're already in Calculus 3, it would still more advanced than Calculus 3. Okay? To check that a force vector is conservative, you would need vector calculus. And that would be, the first requirement is that del cross F equals 0, the curl of the vector. And I think some sort of, wala no? This belongs to vector calculus. This is vector differential operator. So, murag wala na nisa sa inyong calculus 3. And not only this, we also need to be partial f over partial t equals 0. F could be, F is, okay, mo ni kuan niya. That means that this is the requirement for the vector to be conservative. Okay, but then, we cannot do this, and actually this is one-dimensional. This needs to be three-dimensional, but we can just convert this into that. So ato na lang ikuan nga okay? Ato ni siyang i-assume that this is a conservative force. Now, a conservative force means that unsa to ikuan nato when we derive the conservation of energy. Any conservative force can be thought of as in vector calculus, this is actually a del of a scalar function v, a negative of that, the gradient of a scalar. But then, since this belongs to advanced calculus, so I would just take the one-dimensional version of that, meaning that f can be taken as the derivative of a scalar function v. V here is a scalar function. And we call this V as the potential energy, right? When we discuss the energy. So this means that this actually you can show mathematically that this satisfies katong gibutang nako diri ganiha. Okay, but then I'm not going to show that. Just accept that this is a conservative vector, a conservative force. Okay, and this forms a conservative vector field. Okay, when we deal with 3D. Okay, so that means that you have, diba, V dV is equal to minus F dx. Tama? And this is the work done. Right? The work done, the negative of the work done, ano ganiya? By a force. Now, this is actually not, the left-hand side is not V of x. It's actually delta V. Okay? It's delta V, the change in the potential. But then we can get the actual potential energy. The definition actually of the potential energy is the work done in moving something from zero potential to some potential V. That means that the work done, okay, suppose that this is a region of zero potential. And this is some, here, okay, here is a region of space with the potential here, V of x. Here, V equals 0 at this point. The definition of the potential energy is the work done in moving this. Okay? And since this is conservative, you can go to any path. It doesn't matter. Okay? The work done that you are going to spend in moving this particle of mass m from a zero potential to a certain potential. Okay, that means that when would happen that it's zero potential? Well, it would happen in zero potential. We know that F equals 0 when x equals 0. So meaning it would zero potential would occur at x equals 0 to some x. So this is now, when we integrate this is now V. Okay? And this is minus the integral of 0 to x of minus kx dx. And this is equal to, clearly this is 1/2 kx squared, evaluated from 0 to x. So it's just 1/2 kx squared. So therefore, the potential energy, we call this the elastic potential energy. The potential energy of the spring is 1/2 kx squared. Now compare this one to the gravitational potential energy. V of Vg of y. This is mgy, tama? It's linear. While this one is quadratic. This one gives rise to the gravitational force. This one gives rise to the elastic force. What is the elastic force kani? Notice that when you minus dv over dy, what do you get? Minus derivative of this. That's just minus mg, tama? This is the weight. And this one will give you the elastic potential energy. Okay? So, unsay difference? The potential energy, the gravitational potential energy is a linear potential. Whereas the elastic potential energy is a quadratic potential. Okay, unsay implication ani? Okay, suppose that instead of being mg, suppose that the gravitational force, the gravitational potential is not mgy, it's mgy squared. It's mgy squared. What would be the effect of that? So, what's the force? What's the weight? The weight is minus dv. This is minus mg. Why? That means that it would depend on the position asa imuha ang force. The weight here is different in the weight dire. Tama? We don't observe that, right? Tama? The weight here is different in the weight dire because it depends on y. Now, what happens if, suppose that this is my ground. In the linear, this is at that level. In the linear gravitational potential energy, like for example, it would take maybe 2 meters of, when you jump by, 1.5 meters maybe. Murag magka-spray na ka, depende, pag ano no, sakit na, tama? Ani ka taas, sakit na, right? Or what if dire? Or dili pa kayo. Or this is the threshold. Okay? If you jump higher than this, then your muscle will sprain. Okay? For MGY, the greater is how do we know that something is of much greater potential energy? Like in gravity. Like why is this chalk? Why does this chalk have greater potential energy than the chalk right here? Well, to see its effect, ihulog na ako. Asay mas dakog damage? Taas, di ba? And that's why, because tanang potential energy na convert into kinetic, mas dako pag-abot niya dito, right? So the greater the potential energy, the more ang damage. Right? So here, okay, if linear MGY ang akong potential energy, and I'm going to jump right here, and it's not that painful. Maybe it's some sort nanay kirot gamay. But what happens if it's MGY squared? It has a greater potential, right? Meaning that instead of being of this height, aya na ko mapil ang sakit. If we have a planet whose gravitational potential energy is mgy squared, then kanilang siguro diri atong kaya, no? Because right here it's squared, tama? Mgy squared, so it's much bigger. Imagine, right? Nakuha ninyo ang ang analogy. Okay, I'm just kumbaga pa, I'm just trying to let you visualize what is the effect of this square potential. Okay? So, anyway, but technically the gravitational potential energy, as you would notice, this is not the correct, this is an approximation. This is only true at the surface of the earth and nearby, as long as you don't go very far from the surface of the earth. But if the curvature of the earth now becomes significant, okay? If the height and the curvature of the earth becomes comparable, then the gravitational potential energy is not that. Okay, we will derive that one later. This is actually a limit. There's a limiting case. Anyway, so we now have a potential energy. The potential energy, that means, okay, this one right here and this one, which has a greater potential energy, this is the equilibrium position. Kani siya, tama? Of course, asay masakit kung pitikon ta kaog. Diba? Right? Mo na siya nga, the more nga taas ang imong makuhaan diri sa tirador, okay? And of course, the more massive to siya dito. Okay? We can approximate that one. Suppose that the rubber that's an elastic force. It's not kx exactly maybe, but then we can just say it's kx, no? To a certain, assume na ito nga linear ang iyahang kuan. Okay? So, masakit ni siya, right? This has a greater potential energy. Now, sa ato pa, what's the energy at any position X? What is the energy, the total energy at any position X as it moves? Okay, as it moves from, this is X equals 0, as it moves from minus A to A, the particle will oscillate in this one, right? So at any position right here, X, what is the energy at that point? Well, that is just 1/2 m, the velocity of that particle at that point. Mx dot squared, tama? 1/2 mv squared, the velocity at that point, plus the potential energy, which is 1/2 kx squared. Okay? Now, what's the maximum potential energy? Is there a maximum potential energy here? Unlike the gravitational potential energy, our potential energy is unbounded. The higher you get, the higher is it. But in this case, when we set it, our initial position is at A, or even minus A, what's our maximum potential energy? Where does the maximum potential energy occur? That's when you get to the maximum position ng pwede niya displacement, right? And it's also where as a velocity diri, the velocity here is 0, right? Nga naman, di ba mag-ana, pag abot niya, di ba, muhunong na siya, muhunong siya, then mubalik na pod. Mao po diri. So the velocity at this points right here is 0. Okay? In fact, x dot at x equals A, this is x dot of x. B of x ni siya, no? B of x. Or B of x at x equals A is 0. Or plus minus A. The velocities at this point is 0, just like the maximum height there is a projectile. Sabtan ninyo? Okay. Now, meaning that this is the point where the maximum potential energy occurs, assuming here that we release it at x equals A. Of course, it's a different story if we release it somewhere else. Nasabtan ninyo? Okay. Now, assuming that we release it at A, then that point of release, where you release it, also corresponds to the maximum potential energy. And here, the kinetic energy at this point is 0. Kasi velocity niya 0, right? So the energy at this point, the energy at x equals plus or minus A, right? Which is 0 ang kinetic. So this is all potential, right? So this is the potential energy at x equals A. So meaning plus or minus A squared. That means that the energy at this point right here, energy at A is equal to 1/2 kA squared. Now, this is the total energy. Now, since this is a purely conservative system, we are assuming that there's no spring friction or whatever is that. We remove all the possible non-conservative forces, friction between sa floor and or whatever kanang sa mismo sa spring. If we remove that one, then this is the total, since the energy is conserved. What's the total energy here? It should be the same as the energy right here, tama? And what's the energy right here? It is the same as this. And as the same at any point x, the total energy is 1/2 kA squared. This is the total energy always. Okay? This is always the total energy. That means that this one, okay, di rin ako isulat. That one, meaning that 1/2 m x dot squared plus 1/2 k x squared is, this is the total energy, right? This is what? This is the energy at what? The energy at a point x, at any x. And this is equal to 1/2 kA squared. What is this? This is the total energy at the point A or minus A. Tama? Now, Using this, we can actually have this 1 half m dx over dt squared plus 1 half kx squared equals 1 half ka squared. Okay. Tanang ano nato dito, and this is divided, i-multiply nato both side by m, o 2 over m. Tama? So, magkaroon ka k over m diri. What's k over m? That's omega squared, right? Diba? Omega is square root of k over m. Now, since na kay k over m diri, that is omega squared. So, you get now dx over dt squared equals, equals 1 half. Then k over m gyapon dire. Wala na po yung 1 half, tama? This is omega squared, a squared, minus, unsa ni siya? This is mahimo ng omega squared, x squared, tama? Okay? And that means that dx over dt equals the square omega times the square root of a squared minus x squared. Actually, from here, we can get our trajectory. We already obtained our trajectory, but I'd like to solve it through this right one here. This is dx over, kay x man siya, omega square root of a squared minus x squared equals dt. We integrate this. We start at t equals 0. Okay? To some time t. Now, we integrate in x. Where do we start? At x, what is our initial x? When t equals 0, this is a. Right? To some x. Now, this is quite complicated to integrate. Say integration on it. Integration by trigonometric substitution, di ba? I will not go through that. But just, if you have the integral of du over square root of a squared minus u squared, integral is equal to sine inverse of u over a. Okay? We can do this, pero taas-taas, medyo kapoy na. No, we almost. So, we'll just make use of this table of integral. Okay? So, this means, this one right here, naka omega, 1 over omega diri, no? So, you have now 1 over omega times sine of what? X over a. Evaluated from a to x equals t. So, that means that this is equals omega t. Tanaw, negawas ng omega t diri, di ba? Okay? Now, this is sine inverse. So, this is sine inverse of, when you substitute x, so you have now x over a minus, substitute a here, sine inverse of 1. What's sine inverse of 1? Pi over 2 equals omega t. Okay? Or you have now sine inverse of x over a equals omega t plus pi over 2. Take the sine both sides. You get now x over a equals sine omega t plus pi over 2. But what is sine omega t plus pi over 2? That is just a phase. This is cosine omega t. Okay? Identity na siya. Cosine of x plus pi over, sine, even cosine. 2 equals cosine x. The difference between sine and cosine is the phase. Okay? Now, x equals this. What do we get? X equals a cosine omega t. This is another way of solving the trajectory. Okay? I solve it using the differential equation. Kato siya, kinanglan to siya trial and error. But this one, I don't need the trial and error, di ba? What did I do? Use the energy integral. This integral right here is the energy integral. And it's actually some sort of, it's a powerful, another way of solving that. Okay? So I'm done. Okay, now, let's study this much further. This is a sinusoidal motion, meaning sinusoidal is, no? It's a sinusoid. Okay. So anyway, okay, mao niya tong trajectory no, x of t, we know no that it will oscillate between a to minus a to a, no? Cosine omega t. Okay? In some books, you would see some phase angle plus phi. The phase angle, but we are not going to include that one here because very specialized atong harmonic oscillator. It is, our harmonic oscillator is something that is being pulled at initially at x equals a and then released. But there are also other types of harmonic oscillator. Our alternating current, kanang circuits nato is an harmonic oscillator. Okay? So kana siya, mo matter na tong phase angle dire. It's a more advanced katong ganiha katong a cosine omega t. Ang general solution gid ato is of the form plus phi kani. Katong pag ato to siyang paglahi atong boundary condition, lahi atong initial condition, it could be initial velocity at okay, mao ni ang solution. But then since we require it to be the mechanical harmonic oscillator where we need to stretch the spring and then release it before it can be set into motion, then okay, so mao ni. Now, okay, let's calculate the time it takes nga gikan siya dire, right? Mubalik siya. What do we call that? In a sinusoidal motion. Mubalik siya kung asa siya. That's one cycle. That's one period, right? So the time it takes, this corresponds to a cosine t omega t. Okay? Diba? Morning angle. Piray angle ana. This is meaning that is pagbalik niya dire omega t at pag ana niya no, omega t is 2 pi, right? Tama? So that when we evaluate this omega t, the angle, at 2 pi, at one cycle, this now becomes capital T. What's capital T? The period. Okay? That means that the period now is equal to 2 pi over omega. This is what we call the period. And what is omega? Omega is the angular frequency. Okay? The angular frequency, and this is the unit of omega is per second, cycles per second. Okay? It's cycles per second. Nganong cycles per second man? Nganong kang cycles per second? Okay, look at the formula. K square root of K over M. This is Newton per kilogram. So sa ato pa, this is square root of Newton per kilogram is meter per second squared. But then, since we are in the angle, ang meter, pwede nato na siya pag radian measure. That means radian measure atong when you do this one, it should be in radian measure. We are no longer in the degrees. Radian measure ta. Okay, that's why I'm using 2 pi. In radian measure, i-ano nato ni siya. So this is now per second ang unit niya. Okay? The meter will be gone once we are in the it will vanish once we are in the radian measure. Okay? Where 1 rad is about 57 something degrees. Okay. So this is the period, the time it takes to go back. Okay? Now, tanawa, what's the velocity at this point? Okay, first, what is x? This is a cosine omega t. What is x dot? The velocity. The velocity is minus omega a sine omega t. And from here, what's the acceleration? X double dot is minus omega squared cosine omega t, which is just minus omega squared x, right? In fact, morning differential equation, x double dot equals, di ba? Satisfy siya ani. Now, tanawa ang total energy. What's the total energy at any time t? This is 1/2 m x dot squared plus 1/2 k x squared. What is 1/2 m? What is x dot squared? This is omega squared a squared sine squared omega t. Tama? Plus 1/2 k. What's x squared? That is a squared cosine squared omega t. So, ato ni siyang anaon, what is m omega squared? Since omega squared is equal to square root of, this is equal to k over m. So m omega squared is k. Tama? So this is just 1/2 k a squared. And we can factor out 1/2 k a squared. This is now sine squared omega t plus cosine squared omega t. But this is just 1. Now, notice that at any point, it's true, right? 1/2 k a squared, always. Meaning that the energy does not depend on time. This is a conservation of energy. Okay? Sabtan? Okay, now, where does the maximum velocity, at what point does the maximum velocity occur? Okay? Now, I'm going to show, okay, physical intuition. Asa mo occur ang maximum velocity? Tanaw ninyo. Dire. It goes from minus A to A. Asa mo occur ka ang maximum velocity? Now here, the velocity here is 0 and the velocity here is 0. So maybe it's actually somewhere in the middle. And actually it's in the middle. It's right at x equals 0. Now we're going to, that's our physical intuition. But how can we prove that the maximum velocity occurs at x equals 0? Well, the velocity is, ano to? Minus omega A sine omega t. That means that we need to get dv minimum maxima over dt, right? Or x double dot, tama? This is just x double dot, which is, aman to? Kani, right? Minus omega squared cosine omega t. And set this to 0. Why? This is minimum maxima, tama? The extremum. That means that since this is not 0, that means that the maximum, the extremum of the velocity occurs when omega, cosine omega t equals 0. When is cosine 0? Well, omega t is, cosine is 0 when omega t is what? Equal to pi over 2, 3 pi over 2, and so on. That means, okay, that omega t must be equal to, how do we write this? This is 2n plus 1 over 2 times pi. That is omega t. For any n here, our n right here, n is equal to 0, 1, and so on. Tama? When n equals 0, we have 1, we have pi over 2, right? When n equals 1, we have 3 pi over 2. When n equals 2, we have 5 pi over 2. Asa na siya? Well, it occurs where? Actually, where does it occur? Wala pa nakabalo asa. Basta it occurs when what? Meaning when t is equal to 2n plus 1 over 2 pi over omega. Now, we find this, at what point does time, how many times are there? There are infinitely many, right? It depends on n. Okay? In fact, actually, ang atong gikuan diri is that, anyway, now, t is equal now, okay, meaning, what is x of t? X of t, so x now of t equals 2n plus 1 over 2 pi over omega is equal to a cosine of what? Omega times 2n plus 1 over 2 times pi over omega. Tama? Isubstitute lang ako sa omega t. Tama? Muna ang t. Okay? And this now become cancel. So you have now a cosine of 2n plus 1 over 2 pi. That what we know, this is 0. Cosine is 0 at this point, right? Because our n is only 0, 1, 2, 3. So, here, the extremum occurs at x equals 0. Okay? Unsa na siya? Whenever, this times is whenever ang first is padulong siya dito. The second is pabalik na siya paani dire. The third is motong 5 pi over 2, di ba? So, kung tanaw nimo, okay, tanawa ha. If imo na siyang ano, it will form a circular motion, tama? Right? diri siya, you have a particle, tanawa. You have a particle here that moves along. This is the harmonic oscillator. And let another particle that moves along this one. This is another system, no? Such that pareho sila ang X at all the time. And notice, pag abot ani ni dire, asa ni siya? Here. Pag abot dire, asa ni siya? Dire. Right? So here, this is first. Second, pag cross niya dire. Third, 5 pi over there. This is pi over 2. 3 pi over 2, 5 pi over 2, 7 pi over 2, and so on. Right? Okay? So,
kung sa polar coordination, sir, kung circular, siya na-approach, sir.
no, we're not. This only one. This is the only motion nga atong gi-ano. Murag ako lang siyang gibutangan diri og just to ano. Yeah, kung iapilo nimo ang diri nga axis sa kuan as an angle, that would be a circle. Now, okay, ane, special problem before we end. Okay, last na ni. We want to know, this is a particle of mass m. Muna ang harmonic oscillator, na diri atong spring. Our spring is right here. Now, suppose we want this particle right here. Okay? This particle of mass m, again, will move, okay, in a way such that the x component of this particle is always the same with the x, tama? So sa ato pa, okay, we want to know, question is, what is the velocity, the speed of this particle? How fast is this particle rotating dire? Nakuha? What is the speed of this particle? Okay, this is square of radius a, tama? Okay, nasabtan? There's another particle that moves in a circle in a way such that the x component of this particle is always, that will coincide. So if the harmonic oscillator is right here, asang particle? Well, kung padulong siya dito, the particle is still here. Pero pag padulong na siya dito, pabalik na, the second particle here. Right? Their x components always coincide. That means that this particle, we want to know what is the speed of this particle. Okay, what is the speed? Even what's the velocity vector? Well, from the velocity vector, we can calculate the speed. First, what is the position vector of this particle? Let's call that r. R is just equal to what? What's the x? Well, the x is that. Tama? Kaya pareho man daw dire. Right? So the x is, this is equal to a cosine omega t. What's the y? Well, since this is a circle, the y must be what? A square root of a squared minus x squared cosine, minus a squared cosine omega t, right? Tama, that must be the y. So this is square root of a squared minus a squared, yeah, a squared cosine squared omega t. But this one, cancel out. Ano nimo? That is now a times 1 minus cosine. Tama. Square root. Imong i-factor out to siya, ang a. But what is this? This is just sine. So this is just, the y component is sa a sine omega t. This is now the position vector of the particle. What's the velocity vector? That is just r dot. This is minus omega a sine omega t plus what? It's omega a cosine omega t. Now, this is the velocity vector at any time t. What's the speed? The magnitude of that, right? So the magnitude of this is omega a sine omega t squared plus omega a cosine omega t squared. What do you get? Omega squared a squared sine squared omega t plus omega squared a squared cosine squared omega t. Then you factor out omega squared a squared. This is velocity square, speed square. plus times sine squared omega t plus cosine squared omega t. This is just 1. So the speed is just equal to the square root of this. So the speed, okay? The v, the velocity, the magnitude of v is just equal to omega a. It's a constant. This will move in a constant speed motion. Okay? Why constant? Well, this is a constant, right? And this is a constant. So that means this particle has to move in a constant speed motion. Okay, nasabtan? So, yeah, I think we have, there's so much going on tonight sa kuan. Okay? Gutom na ba?